Okay, everyone. I don't know if you can all hear me. I don't know if you can all hear me. Okay. Okay. Please use the comment section. Just comments. Just say, "Oh, I can hear you," or can we just use the comment section so that I know that everyone are all hearing me? Okay. Can we use the comment section? Can we use the comment section? Can we use the comment section? Can everyone hear me? Can everyone hear me? Okay. We just have only one person connected. Where are the others? Last section we had over 18 persons who connected live. So what's going on? What's happening? Okay. Oh, Taiwo, you're here. You said loud and clear. Wow, you're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. Uh, do we have another person? I'm seeing two persons connected. Can the other person just comment? Can you hear me clearly? Okay. So today, what we're going to be doing are formulas. We're going to treating formulas. Uh, and before we go diving into formula, we need to, okay, Miriam, oh, okay, you're here, okay, okay. So before we dive into formulas, I will just do a review of what we did last time, do a review on that. Then also maybe go deeper a little into some certain things, maybe something I just touched, just go deeper because the formulas are not going to really take time. And I will advise you when I'm doing these formulas, you also do them on your Excel sheets. So that's why we have the assignments so that you can refer to that workbook later. Okay, get used to it, play around it, and all that. Excel is very, very interesting. It's very, 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 very interesting. It can help you solve day-to-day issues. Um, Take for example, you want to get married, so you can actually put your budget there. Put your budget there. Type a budget. So you create a spreadsheet sheet for your wedding. So you put the budget. So if you are planning 1.5 million naira as your wedding, you can use Excel to break it down. Introduction, tradition, white wedding, introduction, drinks, the things you buy, summit, then total everything, tradition, the things you buy down to clothes, this and that, gele, all of that, total it. White wedding gown, do everything, total it. Then deduct it from the budget. So then you can also do conditional formatting also on it. If it's 1.8 million, should show red. So whenever you see red, you know that, oh, you have not gotten close to the budget. You keep removing some things. And that's it for Excel. Excel can do so many things for you. You can have a business. For example, you buy goods. You can put them in Excel on a daily basis, how much you sell and all that. Or you're working in a business center, people come to type things in Excel, do things in Excel, transactions in Excel. or in your workplace, people come down, um, people tasks are given to you, create a spreadsheet, create a database, and all that. So these formulas are going to be very, very useful for you. Okay, so it's important that we take note of these formulas when it's time for us to. Then, if you have any question, yes, Emma, good morning. Good morning, Samuel. Good morning, also. So, if you have any question, take for example, in the course of all these, when you were doing it, you were finding it difficult to do some things. If you have any question, you can ask them now so that you don't forget. You can ask them now, so we'll treat them later. Okay, even if it's not within the scope of what we are teaching, but it's beyond it, you can ask them. Don't worry, you can ask them. If it's something I can take, I will let you know. I will let you know if I can answer them or no. So just ask your question, whatever questions you want to ask, and all that. So let's go straight down to the review. So this was our kind of assignment that I give to everyone, and there's going to be a last assignment after at the end of this class. So that will determine those who will get their certificates. So the last assignment, you are going to submit it via the registration. There's going to be a registration link. The link I'm going to send the link on the WhatsApp group page. So you put in your name the way you want your name to show on the certificate. The way you want your name to show on the certificate, you are going to put in the name that way. So it's going to be titled certificate name. So the name there. Then you are going to submit the last assignment. Please, it is only those who did the last assignment that are going to be given certificates. Those who did not do the last assignment will not be given certificates. So please let's note this. Only those who do the last assignment will be given certificates. Okay. So let's dive into it. So in our last class, let me bring it out. This is what we were doing. Okay, no, not this. Let me see. Foundation, yes. Okay, so this is what we did. First name, last name, sex, address, and we did this like a normal registration sheet. And on this, I showed us some conditional formatting where you can either choose, instead of always typing male, female, and all that, under condition formatting. I don't know if you can remember this, under condition formatting. Also, in condition formatting, this was what I was just trying to explain. In condition formatting, you can put color scale. So the color scale, if your budget was 1.5 and uh, whatever you are doing is 1.8, color scale will help you show it whether it is red or yellow. If it's green, green means you're on the safe side. Yellow means you are getting close to that mark. The red means, please, you've exceeded the budget or you've gotten to the budget exactly. So you can set up your color scale in Microsoft Excel. You can do your data bar also in Microsoft Excel. So you can play around these things. However, some of these things are in advance, so you get to learn them in advance class and other. So top slash bottom rules. This is also something you can play around with. Then highlight cell and all that. But the one popularly used is to just click on it, condition formatting, click on new rule. So you can set some rules here and order how you want it and all that, or you can manage the rules and order whatever you want to do and all that. So I talked about format table, where you format a table, and when you format a table, you see when my column is showing, my row here is showing serial number, first name, last name, sex, and all that, because I formatted this as a table. When I scroll up, my cell frame showing ABC becomes my header. You see, becomes my header. So that header that I have here, when I'm scrolling up, trying to come down and see what I have, other information, that my cell frames takes the name. That's because I've formatted this cell to a table. And like I said, it's important we do this whenever we're dealing with large data. If you're dealing with large data, make sure you format your table. Okay. So other formattings are here and all that. Then let's go down to, I spoke about naming cells, how you can either double click and type the name project one, or you can right click on the cell, rename, and just type project 2. Okay, so and this year you can use it to create more sheets, so you don't need to keep opening more workbook. In this workbook that I've named foundation, you can have different worksheets in this workbook. So all those that people are telling you, when you go to some people's system, some person's system, you're going to see so many Excel workbook, so many Excel workbook. Instead of that, why not just have one workbook and create so many sheets? So you can track the sheets by naming them. It's easier that way, it's simpler that way. You can easily copy and paste some formulas that you use in some sheets instead of opening a different workbook to copy the formula. You can just go down to the sheet and that. So I can have as many sheets here, create many sheets here and all that, and use them to play around with. Okay. Then I spoke about, let's go to filter. I spoke about filter. So here we have this data. So we have this data like this. Okay. So I don't want to open, these are sensitive information. I don't just want to open some certain things. So bear with me. So I want to filter those who are from Lagos. So what I can do is carry my mouse. So let me zoom it. So I can take my mouse to to one. You see on this frame here, click on it, then go to data, filter. So when I click on filter, you see this arrow pointing down. You see these arrows, they are showing. Okay, the arrows they are showing. So I can click outside, come to state, and select Lagos. Lagos. So Lagos. Click on OK. So it tells me here 27 persons out of 43 records are from Lagos. Okay. So I can go back there again and say, no, I don't want Lagos. I want to know how many persons from Akwa Ibom. Click on it and it tells me one person from Akwa Ibom. Okay. Then I can go back to the state again, click on FCT, click on OK. So it tells me one person from FCT. Okay. So these are this is how to filter. Okay, yes, I've zoomed. Some people were saying please zoom. I've zoomed. I hope you can see it clearly now. Okay. Okay. So this is how to filter. So you can have a large data. So you want to remove filter, just click on that same filter sign. It removes filter, brings everything back. So that's how to bring back your data to its normal state, the state at which it was. So let me go to a large data, and this is a large data that's coming up now. This is a large data. Yes, so this data has over 150,000 worth of data here. Okay, so these are data over 15,000 data worth of data here. So this is sales going on. For example, in your office, you are giving such kind of data, and the sale based on the sales. For example, you are working with maybe Tamokun, LG. You're working in this kind of company, and they ask you, can you filter? We want to know how many of our products were bought online. Just click on filter because we've converted this to a table. You don't need to click on this column here, one here. You don't need to click on it. Just inside, just click on filter. It will just go to the header. Go to your channel and say online. Click on only online. Click on OK. So it tells you 2,351 sales were done online. So your boss may not want to say, okay, how many of this region, Europe, Asia, and North America, how many does Asia have online? So you can deselect others, click on only Asia. So it tells you 758. Let me zoom this thing. Let's go back again. So I'll go back again. Like I said, don't click on the one here. Just click inside because you've converted it to a table. Go to channel, select all, click on only online, click on OK. So it tells you 2,351. Then you come down to region. Region, I just want to know what only Asia sold. Asia 758. So the beauty about this is it helps you analyze data. That's one thing about filter. It helps you analyze data. You're able to see data and all that. Then there was one time I went into a friend's office and they had this data. They called in some Excel guy. They had this data, and this data, over 1 million people, no, what was 1 million? Over 3 million people submitted account numbers into their NGO because the federal government wanted to use their NGO to give some people some money. So they gave this young man this 3 million worth of Excel data, and they said that he should remove duplicate account number. So when I got there, they said, that they've not slept, that they came here on Saturday, they came here on Sunday. I said, to do what? They said to remove the duplicate account number. I said to remove duplicate account number. And you have been doing, you came here on Saturday and Sunday to work. They said, yes, now they were doing it one by one. And I told them, why? You don't need to do it one by one. They said, how? What do I mean? I said, okay, let me show you. So I first of all converted it to table. When I converted it to table, I highlighted the table, the whole data, and I clicked on remove duplicates. Remove duplicate. As I clicked on remove duplicate, it removed all the duplicate number and the duplicate names at once. There was no duplicate anymore. And the next thing, they opened their mouths. They said, coach, we would have called you since now if we know that this is how. Do you know we came here on Saturday and Sunday, removing it one by one? So remove duplicates helps you to do that. So let me show you a live example. Let me go to our foundation. So we have these two now as duplicates. When I click on remove duplicates, so it's asking, where do you want to remove duplicates? Is it all this data and all that? So I said, no, I just want it on only address. I click on OK. You see it has removed one from only address. So it's telling me 350 value found and removed 2 unique values remaining. Okay. So let's see, Control Z. So I can remove duplicates from my data when it's converted to a table. So it's very easy to remove duplicate. So you can just highlight a particular place like this. It does not want to accept it like this. So let me see here. So click like this, remove duplicates. On select all, only on first name. So remove unique. So no duplicates there. I can click here. Let me go here like this. Click, remove duplicates. So I just want only first name. Click on OK. No duplicate found. So this is how important remove duplicates is. Then I showed you put data validation, where I did data validation based on this or this. We did female and male. Conditional formatting, I also showed you earlier, and all that. Then consolidates. Consolidates is actually an advanced learning. So I'll just leave that for us for the advanced class. We have an advanced class next week, Saturday. I'm going to be sharing that information. So for those of us who want to do the advanced, we have an advanced class next week, Saturday. Okay. So consolidate. Then in terms of filter also, in filter, we have filter sort based on color. So if, for example, here is painted yellow, this place is painted green, so I can filter based on color. So it's showing the colors there. Okay. So this is how important filter is. This is how important data conditional formatting is. Formatting table. Then if we go to data, I've showed you both text to column in our last this thing. Text to column, it's where I have good news and I want to separate them. So I click on it, text to column. So I click on next. What do I want to use in separating them? The spacing between them should separate them. Then finish. Okay, so it takes news to the other cell as last name. Okay, so that's text to column. Remove duplicate, I've showed you that. Data validation, that's where we did this. Data validation on this particular cell, I want people to not just only type male and female, but we can also use male, female, others. So I go down to this place, data validation. So I click on here, data validate. Yes. So I come here to my source. I select my source. Click on enter key. Click on OK. So when I click here, it shows an arrow. I click on the side. I see male, female, others. So I see male, female, others. So it's like the way you have a form when you're filling a form, you can do that. Okay. So what else have I not gone to? Review. Okay. Protecting sheet, protecting workbook. I'm going to leave all of this for advanced. Okay. Because at advanced level you need to, but if you want to learn that, maybe I'll do a short video on this, only a short video on protecting a sheet and protecting a workbook. Okay. Then comment also. On comment, for example, I want to put that Julius Berger male. Yes, timing. So I can right click here, insert comment, and say he came late, and just put it there. So whenever my mouse goes there, that comment shows he came late. So even if yes, he has put 10 a.m., there's a comment showing here that he came late. I can click on it, right click, go to edit comment. he came late at 12 noon. So that's the comment that I put there. So I can right click also and delete comments. Okay, I can delete comment. The same way I can come to this review and click on comments and say he came late at 12 noon. Okay. Okay, so can everyone see that? Please acknowledge. Can you see all of that? Can we see that? Okay. Okay, so let me share this again on the page. Okay, so let's go down to formulas. What can formulas do for us? So some of you, you've already done your formulas. Maybe you took a peek to the video. So here we have total. In total, there's something called AutoSum in total. AutoSum in total. Uh, Sorry, let me mute my phone. It almost rang. It rang out. Okay. So in total, we want to total all these. So what we just do, you see on your formula bar. Remember, I told you that anything you type in a cell shows in your formula bar. This is your cell name. Okay. The cell name is N4. So that's why we have equal to. So when you want to total something, there are several ways to total. Okay, so I'm going to be showing us two ways to total. Equal to, sum, bracket open. Where is this place? This is F4. F4 column. So that column is to where M4. If you look at, there's this blue line showing across it. Close the bracket. Please, in Excel, when you open a bracket, it is important that you close the bracket. When you press enter key, it gives you the total. Then you take your mouse to this place here. Instead of typing the formula, always typing the formula again and again and again and again. So let me clean all of these. Let me take all of this off. So instead of you typing it over and over and over and over again, coming here again, equal to sum, bracket open, F5, column M5. You close the bracket. Instead of me doing this, just carry your mouse to that side where the little rectangle is. Click and drag down to the end. Automatically, it gives you the sum. Or where the data is not much, you can as well do equal to cell F4 plus this plus this plus this plus this plus this plus, oh okay, my mouse can't, formula is covered there. So let me type it. That's K4. So L4 plus M4. So you see on the formula bar is showing you all the plus sign there, equal to plus 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 plus. So I can say 50, 76, 67 equal to this plus this. enter. Instead of typing equal to sum, bracket open, this, column, this. So the plus sign is easier for a short data. Okay, do we get that? The short sign is simpler for short data. Okay, so we'll go back to the first one, which is equal to sum, bracket open, F4, column, M4, close the bracket, enter key. Okay, so we have our sum. I scroll down to the end. So we have our summation ready for us. So average. The formula for average can actually be in two ways. So I can say equal to average, bracket open, average of the total, enter. So if I zoom, you see it's giving me the average of it. Or, sorry, average of this particular data rather, and press enter, it will give it to me. So you see 70.38. So let's take it back to the previous data, Control Z, Control Z. You see it's still the same thing. So we have two formulas. One formula is equal to average. Okay, so there's something you should note. It's if you do not know the formula completely, Excel suggests the formula for you. So you see the suggestions here. You see average, average A, average if S. So we're using average, bracket open. So bracket open, this cell range, close the bracket. Or I can say, how many parameters do we have here? We have one, mathematics, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can say equal to total, which is N4, equal to N4 divided by 8. So it's still the same thing. The reason why it's not showing percentage here, I need to just click on increase decimal. So increase decimal will show it to us there. I can decrease decimal. Okay. So these are the two ways I can do average. Okay. Then minimum. Minimum is saying I want to know the minimum number. The minimum number from mathematics to government that this person did. What was his minimum score? So with an eye glance on it, I can see 45. And it's showing us minimum. So minimum is equal to min, M-I-N, bracket open, F9 to F4 to M4. That's what minimum can give us. Maximum, this person scored 88. Maximum, this person scored 88. Okay, so excuse me. So minimum equal to minimum. So one thing about minimum and maximum, they don't have shortcuts the way sum and subtraction. So take for example, I have total. I can say here in total up here, I can say equal to total minus this. Sorry, I didn't put the equal to sign. Equal to minus this minus this minus this. So this is a shortcut formula and it gives me a total. So just going direct, why the normal formula is just say equal to subtract, okay, or equal to sum, bracket open. Please, you must always put a bracket open whenever you're typing this formula. It's when you're doing things directly equal to n loss. So that one does not need a bracket open. Okay. So we've been able to get the total, we've been able to get average, we've been able to get minimum, we're able to get maximum. To position, I will come back to position. Position requires an if statement. But let me go down to how to freeze panel. Freezing a panel. So if, for example, you see I want to screw now, I'm no longer seeing the top. It's all gone off. For some of you, I believe the solution will be, oh, why don't I just convert it to a table? Yes, you can convert it to a table. You just click, highlight everything. And when I highlight table, convert to table like this and click on OK. Okay, so it will require for you to now click on it like this and format it. Maybe give it a black color and all that. So when you scroll up like this, you are seeing the header. Or you can as well just highlight 4 here, come to review, sorry, yeah, view, come to view, highlight 4 here, come to view, click on freeze panel. You can freeze panel like this. You see, the top is frozen now, so I'm scrolling down, that top side is frozen. You see, so under freeze we have freeze panel, freeze top row, freeze first column. Okay, freeze top row, freeze column. So I can unfreeze also, and it's unfreeze and it's normal. Okay, so but I want to freeze it so that so I click on freeze panel, highlight it, click on freeze panel, so I see what I'm doing. So I've showed you put column to column header to print. I've showed everyone all of this. I've showed us conditional formatting, cell merging and center. If I want to merge a cell, so take for example this cell like this. You see, I typed it here, but I want it to remain at the middle. So I highlight all the cells here, click on cell, merge and center. Okay, that's what I can do. I can also come here and give it a color. Okay, so this whole cell is 1, so it's calling it C1. But before, when it was not merged, they have different, say, E1 and all that. But when it's merged, you see it as one cell known as C1. I've showed you guys text orientation, fill handle. Yes, you can do fill to fill in and all that. Okay, then I've shown you froze panel sorting. I've shown you guys sorting, how to sort in an ascending or descending manner, whether A to Z or Z to A. So you have this sorting here, A to Z or Z to A. Okay, so let's go back to position. Position is quite easy and it's very, very simple. It's just a normal mathematics term with the use of if statements. However, there's an advanced form of if statement. So take for example, you are dealing with a large data. I have done something with Sterling Bank, and Sterling Bank, they wanted to know, they did a test for all their staff nationwide, and they wanted to know who they need to fire and who they need to keep retain. It's an advanced session class that you will know all of this, who they need to fire and who they need to retain. So you cannot use this kind of if statement. It's an advanced if statement you have to use. This is just an intermediate if statement to just do pass and fail. But there's a kind of if statement that you do where it is going beyond pass and fail. So I had to use a serious if statement to get it, because I know a lot of people's life is at stake. Their livelihood is at stake if I make any mistake. You go and fail somebody that has passed. So your if statement must be correct. It is what you give computer that computer will give back to you. So I had to make sure that my if statement was really, really okay. Can we all hear me? Can you all hear me? Can we all hear me? Please, I would love for you guys to respond. So I had to make sure that my if statement is very, very okay. So I put in the formula. I had to call some friends and say, please, this thing is confidential, but check my formula. Okay, Explorer, thank you very much. Check my formula and see if it is correct. And that's how the company was able to now decide who they should retain and who they should fire. Okay, so it's very, very important that when it comes to things like this, you know your formula. So this formula is quite easy. So we are saying here, if average, because what we need to use to decide is our average. If average, if average is greater than 69, so we are saying anybody that scores 69, comma, pass them. Make sure you put your column, your quote sign rather. The quote sign should quote your pass. Pass this person or fail this person. You close your bracket. Okay? Sorry, Control Z. And it's okay. So equal to if what's wrong with my cell this morning? Okay, so equal to if bracket open, my average, I want to use average is greater than or equal to 69, comma, please passed, comma, bracket open, failed, close it, close the bracket, enter key. Okay, that's for if statement. Okay, 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 are we together? So that's for if statement. So let me show you a particular formula called trim. Is there any question? Any question on trim? Trim. Let me show you trim. What to do in trim. So yeah, I have. Let me remove the filter from here. Yeah, I have good news. Good news. Space is great. Space sun. I can say equal to trim, bracket open. When we see the trim formula, I can say trim this, close bracket. So what is trim doing? Trim helps you to remove unwanted space. So equal to trim good news. There are so many space. So if, for example, they typed a data and so many spaces on it, you just click and drag. It will just help you trim them. So if here I type the man space space is space 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 going space 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 to space 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 work. Enter. Trim helps me reduce the space to normal spacing. Okay, so that's what trim does. So let me show you uh, okay, let me show you concatenate. I wanted to do this on on advanced, but let me just show you. So if, for example, in Excel, today's date equal to today, enter. Sorry, it's supposed to be bracket open and bracket close. Okay, today, the formula is equal to today, bracket open, bracket close. It puts in today's date for you there. Today is month October 21st. Equal to now, close bracket. So it gives you the time also. What's the time? It gives you the date. And so in your time in, you can say somebody just came in and you can just say equal to now. So the person, this is when the person came in. Time out, you can say equal to now. That's when the person timed out. Okay, so because we've converted this to a table, so it's just duplicating it on everybody. Today, you can just say equal to today, bracket open, bracket close. So it gives you today's date. Okay. Okay. Is that clear? So before we go to concatenation, I'm just trying to show you this. So take, for example, good news. I want it to be lowercase. I can say equal to lower, bracket open, click on good, close the bracket, enter. So it gives me in lowercase. I can as well click and drag, it gives me news in lowercase. I want to make it uppercase equal to upper. So for example, you have a lot of data equal to good, close the bracket, upper. So it shows me uppercase. So let's switch to a much data. We have a large data here. Okay, so let me insert a cell before the name here. So I can come here and say equal to upper, open bracket. I want to turn all these names to uppercase, close bracket, enter. So all these names are all in lowercase. I just double click here. So it makes everything all in uppercase. Okay. I want all my information in uppercase. I want all this one in uppercase. So I just put in the formula. Okay. But one thing, if you delete this, the formula goes off. So what you do, Control Z, what you do is to highlight it, copy, go to this place, go to your home, paste as text or as normal information. Normal, you see, paste as value. So formula does not follow it. Then right click here, delete this particular column that you inserted down. Okay. Okay, guys. Let's do concatenation. Okay. Concatenation. So these are just basic and intermediate formulas I've shown everyone. Please, let's put our eyes on them, use them, and all that. So concatenation. Remember I showed you on data, in data, text to column. But what can I do to bring Julius Berger together? I want to bring Julius Berger together. After separating Julius Berger, to different cell. I want to bring it together. So I type in equal to concatenate, concatenate bracket open, Julius, comma, beggar, close the bracket. And you see that it brought Julius Berger together, but there's no space in between them. So I can go to my formula and say column, the quote sign, space, quote. Let me see if this will work. Yes, so comma. So I go back there, equal to concatenate, bracket open, B4, which is Julius, comma, quote sign, then put a space in the quote sign. So you are saying put a space, comma, then beggar, which is C4. Close the brackets, and it gives you. So I can insert a cell here equal to concatenate. So that's it there, concatenate equal to Julius, comma, quote, space, quote, comma, beggar, close the brackets, enter. So you see, it joins everybody's name together for me. So I'm going to be leaving us with this. Um, this is going to be the last session. It's just going to be, it's supposed to be just before like 1 hour, showing us formulas and everything. If you have any question, you can please ask before we round it up. Then before then, we have an advanced class coming up next week. So this advanced class, it's for those who want to take these formulas to a higher level. You are in a workplace, you deal with large data and all that. So we are doing an advanced class next week Saturday, and it's a paid class, but just for Chikele money. It's just for Chikele money. So if you go down to our website, advanced class is for virtual class is 120,000 naira. That's what we do, 120,000 naira. But for the sake of everyone here who has attended this class, and please, it must be people, someone who has done basic and intermediate session. The class is okay. So I'm seeing someone saying, please touch average. I missed it. Okay, no problem. We're going to touch that. So it's going for 5,000 naira. So 5,000 naira between now and on Saturday. So on Saturday, we're doing advanced class for 5,000 naira. So it's a 96% off. That's what we're doing, a 96% off from what we usually charge. So we are charging 5,000 naira for those of you who have attended this free training. So the terms and condition for this certificate, please, is that you must do the second assignment. So someone was saying, at last we are still going to pay. These are you put always do terms and condition. At last we are still going to pay. Oh, the terms and condition is that you must do the second assignment. I'm going to be stating the second assignment by the time I'm done with Taiwo. What Taiwo is saying, please touch average again. So please, the advanced class, if you want to handle large data, you want to be able to handle large data, the advanced class is just 5,000 naira. I'm going to be posting it on the page with the company's account number. So you're not sending it to my account number, please. It's a company's account number, 8Planets account number. You're going to be sending the money there. And when you do that, you send a WhatsApp message of a proof of payment, and you'll be registered for that class. So I'm going to go back to average again. Okay, I'm going to go back to average. Okay, so we used yes, the school data. So I said average is in two forms. We can say equal to average. Taiwo, I guess you're with me. Bracket open. I want to know average of highlighting all the scores. Then close the bracket. Equal. Press my enter key. What's going on there? I didn't spell average properly. Average. Okay, so average bracket open. So I select it, highlight it down to the last subject, close the bracket, enter key. So that's one. Or I can count the parameters and say maths, English, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I can use total equal to total divide by 8. It will also give me the same average. So those are the two average you can use to work with. Okay, equal to average bracket open or equal to the total divided by the number of parameters. Okay, so these are the two average that you can work with. So thank you very much, everyone. I really appreciate. Please, it's very important that for some of you want to advance your career. So for those of you, 5,000 naira, I believe 5,000 naira is just too small to get a, a advanced section of this. So you're going to be getting two certificates. One certificate is going to be for basic and intermediate, and another certificate for advanced. So for those of us who did the basic and intermediate, you are going to be getting a certificate of completion. Certificate you completed a training. That's what you are going to be getting. Why for those who are doing advanced is that you are going to be getting a certificate or a certification certificate that you are certified as a Microsoft Excel expert in the advanced stage. So where is the certificate? When is the certificate ready? After the submission of the second assignment? Yes, after the submission. You are going to be submitting the assignment on a form. So there's a form you need to put in your name, the way you want your name to be showing on your certificate. You're going to fill that form, put your name there, then submit the last assignment. Okay, so what's the last assignment? So the last assignment is continuation of this. I want everyone to go and put in everything that we've taught you. So first of all, just watch what I'm going to be typing in. Let me delete all of this. So your second, so you're going to be second, this thing is going to be data, sorry, let me put this in, data validation. So you're going to be doing data validation here. The data validation is going to be for pass. So instead of where you have pass with formula, I need you to do a data validation for it. Okay, I need you to do a data validation for it. Okay, then do let me get it right, equal to, okay, concatenate. So do concatenation, let's put it like that, concatenation here also. Okay, concatenation for the names. Okay, do concatenation for the names. Let me go over it again. Okay, so I want to see you freeze. So you need to freeze your header. You need to freeze your header. That's number 3. The what else has been taught again? Okay, yes, some persons did not do orientation, so I want to see orientation. I want to see orientation of header. Okay, I want to see orientation of header. I guess these things are very easy. They are things that you can just go back to the videos again and look at. I want to be sure that everyone is on this with me, so that we don't just give out certificates, and when you tender the certificate out there, people are like, so is it junk that these people are teaching you and all that? Because we have a training institute where we train people, we train organizations, we've trained directors of different organizations, we've trained even the government parastatals on Microsoft Excel. So it's something that we do always. So people are proud to always present our certificates out there. Okay, so I'm going to state the orders on the page so that we know what to do. I want to thank everyone. Thank you very much. So the advanced class, please register for the advanced class. We're going to be doing a lot. The if statement, we're going to be using large data. So I'm going to be showing sample of the large data, larger than what I've shown you guys, and how to get all these results. Thank you very much, everyone. Do have a nice day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you have any question, you can ask personally on WhatsApp.